Israel has struck multiple sites in Iran, warning Tehran is close to building nuclear bombs, raising fears of war. To discuss this, we have the Federal's K.S. Dakshinamurthy, who closely follows international affairs with me. Sir, thank you for joining. So, my first question to you is why did Israel struck Iran's nuclear facilities?
One of the biggest issues in the Middle East, or West Asia as we call it in India, has been this development of the nuclear program in Iran. And Israel and Iran have historically been on the opposite sides, particularly after the 1979 revolution. So Israel sees Iran as a threat, and Israel, when and Iran over the last 25 years has developed its nuclear program to a point where the West claims that they are developing this program for military purposes, but Iran claims has always said that it is for peaceful purposes. But the tipping point has been the latest inspection by the International Atomic Energy Agency, which says that Iran has developed enriched uranium to a point where it's very close to or using it in a nuclear weapon. So this has been the tipping point, and then we have seen Israel attack Iran because if at all there is any country in the Middle East which can challenge Israel, it is Iran. So, and since 1979, Iran has made no bones about the fact that it is opposed to the state of Israel. So, Israel has always seen Iran as a existential threat. That's the reason behind this attack.
Sir, will this lead to an all-out conflict between the two nations? What do you think?
See, one of the biggest worries, obviously, is this fear of this, turning it into a big configuration in the Middle East. But you'll be surprised that these kind of attacks have happened in the past. This is not the first time that Israel has attacked Iran. Israel has attacked Iran in the past. It has not only Iran; it has attacked Iraq when Saddam Hussein was the president, and in 2007 it attacked Syria's nuclear facilities. So Israel is very clear that it will not allow any development of any nuclear facilities in this part of the world, in the Middle East. So the point is that in the past, and as we have seen in recent times, Iran is not in a position to really mount an attack on Israel. Number one, there is a issue of distance. Yes, there will be a kind of a retaliation by Iran on Israel. It will again be through missiles and maybe a similar kind of a strike which it attempted earlier when Israel recently, targeted Tehran, killing the Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. So the point is, Iran will retaliate. They have to retaliate because they have to put up a brave front. But it will be limited to a kind of an some kind of a missile attack on Israel, and that's about it. There is no chance of it spreading or becoming a bigger conflict, at least as of the moment.
Sir, is the US involved in Israel's attack?
See, the US is the biggest supporter of Israel, but in this particular attack, the US is claiming that it is not behind this attack. It has not taken part in this attack. Now, you will remember that right now, as this attack has happened, and as we speak, Iran and the US are engaged in a discussion to resolve this nuclear issue as far as Iran is concerned. In fact, 5 rounds of
Yes.
discussions have already been held. The sixth round is going to happen very shortly, tomorrow or the day after, in Oman. As far as the US is concerned and President Donald Trump is concerned, he's been consistently saying that he wants this to be resolved through a peaceful negotiation. In fact, Trump and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had a kind of a tiff, over this issue, and that gave rise to a lot of speculation. So the point here is the US is claiming, though it is the biggest supporter of Israel on this issue and this attack, they are claiming it is not behind this strike that has happened. But Iran is insisting that without the US's logistical support, Israel could not have done this. So we just need to see whether Iran is going to target the military bases of the US in the Middle East, which it had threatened to earlier. So it's but the US, as far as the US is concerned, they say sorry, we don't have anything to do with it.
Right. Sir, what is the status, sir, of Iran's nuclear program?
So Iran, over the last 25 years, has developed its nuclear program. It started off as a program for peaceful purposes, which means largely to generate electricity. And one of the important things in nuclear program is the enrichment of uranium. But for peaceful purposes, you don't need to enrich uranium beyond 4%. So which means that with the uranium is enriched up to 4%, that is good enough for electricity generation. But the IAEA, or the International Atomic Energy Agency, is saying that Iran has enriched uranium to 60%. And to make a nuclear weapon, you need to cross 90%. So, which means it's close to 90% now, and this is the status. So, Iran has consistently been saying that it will not develop it for military purposes, but it has gone ahead. Also, please remember that in 2015, there was an earlier nuclear deal, which the US under during Trump's first term abrogated that agreement. He walked out of the deal. So since then, since 2018, the deal was signed in 2015. In 2018, Trump walked out of the deal. And from 2018, Iran has again started developing or enriching its uranium because of this walkout. So you can't entirely blame Iran for what has happened. It's due to the US walkout that it triggered this situation. And Israel, of course, Israel has never wanted the US to involve itself in any kind of negotiation with Iran. Instead, it has always preferred a direct strike, which it has finally done after a long time. There have been attacks in the past, but after that, there is some kind of an interval, and again now this is the latest attack.
Will it be able to continue with its nuclear roadmap? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, see, Iran, for all its difficulties that it is now facing, it's still a big power in the region, and Iran is not going to let go of the nuclear program so easily. Yes, this is a big setback for Iran, but Iran must have already anticipated these kind of strikes that it could face from Israel. And there are, it also has underground nuclear facilities which it has not opened out to any Western observers, particularly from the International Atomic Energy Agency. So I don't think it will end its program. It will be a setback, yes, but it will continue.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for all your input. Thank you.